The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a team from the American, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing, sometimes it just gets away, sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time, because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Ball.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourselves and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Looking to throw, it's Verrier. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. With the catch, it's Hodges. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And that is beautiful execution by the defense. What do I do with that option? String him along. Don't let him make a quick decision. Don't let it be obvious. Did a good job slow playing it, stretching it out. Everybody being able to run the football, use the sideline as a defender. Nice job by the defense.
Stuck on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Mendez. Got his man on the right. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop block. on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess...
Lofts one high and deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll run it to the right side. Got room to work. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. They'll give it to the back. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Using his legs, it's Valentine. Breaks into the open. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking downfield, it's Verrier. The throw to the outside is complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He now has 61 yards rushing for this game and on his way to 1,400 for the year.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
That touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Fullback's got it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Last run didn't get much. Ball's at their own 26. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The lone back's got it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here come the Irish back on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over in football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They go right back to him. At the 35, he's loose. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
The Irish, after ripping off a huge chunk on the ground, will try to keep Big Mo rolling. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Irish generating heat from the linebacker position. Mike Stonebreaker, Manti Te'o type play.
Hey, when you can get linebackers that can get after the quarterback, that can be a force on first, second, and third down, get in the quarterback's face, make his life heck. Really nice job by the linebacker there.
To the air, it's Mendez. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so done.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Pulls and fires complete.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's
turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. At midfield, he's got room. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Scanning the field, it's Mendez. Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Navy will have to punt it away. And that is just a spectacular punt, and he will pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads it left. That's caught. It's Hodges. There he goes. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Pocket breaking down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on 3rd down. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it in the middle, it's Foster. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And Navy will go back on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking downfield, it's Mendez. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The option look. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. On his way from around the 50. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
To the air, it's Mendez. Blasted as he lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Leon. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Navy will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Behind the chains now on second and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to throw. It's Verrier. Quick completion on the out route. At the 45 on his way. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Irish. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. The give to the fullback. Tried to keep those big legs churning, but he'll be stopped for a loss. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the fullback. Tried to fight his way forward, but he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And
he lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Here's the handoff. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Now the play fake. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, deep down the right side. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Looking to throw, it's Mendez. Firing to the right, complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Navy comes to the line, facing 2nd and short. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt. Makes a move. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. To the air on 1st down. He's got it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Dropping back, it's Verrier. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see. Start the fourth. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He'll haul it in right around the logo. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has it with really good field position. To the air. It's Verrier. Gets it out fast. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. He might want another play. Gets it out quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a 1st down.
Encroachment defense.
So the offense gets a little bit closer to the goal line after the penalty. And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And some room to work. There he goes to the right. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Navy! He got a step and just dusted the field.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. And they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to...
And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down. I think the offense is going to pick up the 1st down. The defense was offside. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been... He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Irish! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. If he can keep putting together games like this, he might have a shot at Brady Quinn's career touchdown record of 95. All the great quarterbacks the Irish have had, guys like Joe Theismann, John Hewart, nobody's even close to that.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think about being in that kind of a company. And Notre Dame's always been a good running team, and when they find quarterbacks and have great quarterback play, then I think they start to take off to that next level. And so far, he's showing that here today.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You gotta love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the 4th quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Finds his man. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Let's see what he can do with it. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to change this route. Back to throw. It's Verrier. Right on the money.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
To the ground with the back. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Hodges. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. He'll set up to throw. Caught. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. They're going back to the ground. Good Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He'll bring it out. It's Hope. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they just...
And the sack all the way back at the 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're trying to get some breathing room from deep in their own territory. And the ball was knocked away, incomplete. But unfortunately for the defense, the quarterback was knocked away and roughed. They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day. A little carried away with that roughing penalty. They'll run the option. They stop him in his tracks, tried to sneak that fullback loose and nothing doing. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. To throw, it's Lyle. Finds his tight end. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Holding.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big